When AI was at its peak hype level, I'm talking about the time where the world thought AI is this magic wand that will change our lives forever. I was working in the belly of the whale. Not where you might think, in a research lab or the large tech corporation. I was working in the supply chain that makes the whole system work. The AI industry relies on hundreds of thousands of people every day in low-cost regions, writing prompts, reviewing outputs, and labeling data. They see things no one in this room should have to see, with no to little psychological support, just for us to use safer AI systems. And from that moment on, I watched Europe try to win a race it was never built to run, and AI lost a bit of magic for me. But I think that this is good news. Let's look at the world map, right? There are two very dominant systems that Europe's been benchmarked against. On the one hand, we have America. And America has built the greatest innovation machine in history. They have soil that reward growth, constant reinvention, pushing the boundaries, taking on risk. No regulations on AI for the next 10 years. And then we have China. And I think China has built the greatest execution machine in history. They have soil that reward coordination and scale. Both are coherent systems, but neither is ours. Yet, we are being told we are behind, right? Behind in models, behind in chips, behind in scale. But I don't think we're behind. We're just elsewhere. For the last century, Europe has learned how to make things trustworthy. We have institutions that are designed to make power accountable. We have data protection rooted in historical experience of misuse. We have engineering built to last a century, a labor law that's inseparable to human dignity. And we have not built these things because we're clever or better than anyone else. We built them out of hard-earned 20th century experience. We saw what happens when power concentrates and no court can reach it, when technology moves faster than institutions held to make it accountable. Yet, this is the substrate now everyone calls our biggest disadvantage. Slow regulation, stubborn institutions, expensive labor. We are being perceived as a large museum. But museums conserve and soil grows. And I think our soil simply grows trust. We've just forgotten that this is what we're truly good at. Let me explain. AI is making trust really scarce. Who here in the room remembers, but when I was at school or university, we could never cite Wikipedia as a source of knowledge, right? But looking at people nowadays, blindly trusting the outputs of a ChatGPT and Claude on a daily basis, and large organizations pushing their most valuable IP into foreign AI systems, Wikipedia starts to become a pretty good source of knowledge in comparison. So we have AI hallucinations that no one can audit. And then we have deepfakes that no one can verify. The more powerful and expansive AI becomes, the more expensive verified trust becomes. A judge cannot use evidence she cannot trace. A doctor can't use a diagnosis he cannot rely on because the model was hallucinating, right? And a boardroom definitely can't sign a contract whose data lineage is unclear. There are day-to-day decisions where the machine must stop and a human must say yes. And this won't change in the foreseeable future. But of course, AI is presented to us as a revolution like nothing before. And yes, the speed in which it moves is unprecedented. But let's look at the world's revolutions, the railroad, the internet. When they were happening, they all felt unique. But in retrospect, they all follow the same pattern. Let's take an example. When Daimler made the combustion engine production ready, it was groundbreaking technology, of course. But name me one car company today who's paying royalties to Mercedes for using one. The technology just became the floor. But what was built on top of that, the cars for roads that people are actually using on a daily basis, this became the real market. And AI will follow the same path. We will move away from the unsustainable tokenization of using the large models and into smaller, verified and specified accountable systems for decisions that actually matter. And this is not a regulation problem. This is a market, and the world will pay for that. We are now being cast as the world's compliance department, right? We write rules for fields we do not play on. If we keep on doing only that, we will end up as a referee on an empty field. The game is already been played somewhere else. We have companies more powerful than most governments. No one cares for our whistle. So we have a decision to make. We can stop refereeing and we can finally start building again ourselves. Building the AI systems the world will need when it realizes that trust cannot be faked. Systems that doctors, engineers, citizens, institutes, and corporations can actually rely on. And this is the window. But it won't stay open forever. The next decade won't be decided by the one who builds a more powerful or even larger machine. It will be decided by the one who builds the machine the world can trust. And this is a different competition on different ground with different rules. So no, we are not behind. We are not catching up. We're here, just on different soil with different crop, but the same or even better harvest if we plant it. Thank you.